Hello folks, my name is Rojo, and welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. When we last left off, we just talked to Strauss and, whoa, and got an idea of what's going on maybe with the plague here, and a few people have suggested, including him, that we talk to the Anarchs, so that's what we're going to do this episode. Now, there's a lot of people to talk to, so we're pretty much just going to be talking to people in this bar for this episode, but I'm going to upload another episode along with it that sort of gets back into the action, so to speak. So if you already know all the story and you don't give a shit about this, you can pretty safely skip this video, but I do recommend for the story that you at least stay until we talk to Nines. Alright. Side note, this is actually one of the songs that I replaced. I don't know which one it is exactly, can't recall, but you can check the description, of course, for a link to all the songs that may or may not be showing up in this playthrough.
Well, if it ain't the talk of the town, poster child for Camarilla benevolence. What errand does the prince have you running today for?
Yeah, funny guy. Is Nines around here?
Nines is expected. Have some manners and don't wear out your welcome. I'm Skelter. Act up again, and I'll be the one showing your ashes to the door.
I'm not sure exactly. I mean, I guess because we called him a funny guy, that's acting up. I mean, okay, fair enough. Alright, man, you got a few minutes to talk, though?
What's up?
Let's see. None of this, I guess, yeah, sure. None of this vampire shit makes any sense to me.
You've got to understand, Kindred. You're carrying a 6,000-year curse in your blood. No matter how powerful it makes you feel.
So, curse?
That blood is a tangle of chains that's going to leave you bound in servitude the rest of your existence.
Why do you say that?
Your elders command the blood. They control the blood, and the blood listens. You'll never even hear their call, but the blood will, and it'll make you obey.
Uh-huh. That doesn't sound very good, does it? So how can we break free?
That shit stretches all the way back to Cain. Nothing you can do. Some ancient sleeping in a tomb half a world away has a bad dream, and you gon' feel that shit. Like it or not.
What a bummer. Well, we know who Cain is, in general, I think, but we'll ask him who Cain is.
Cain, man. Father of all vampires. Killed his brother Abel and was cursed by God to walk eternity feeding on the blood of his children. Some heavy shit.
Uh-huh, so Cain from the Bible, is that really true, though?
Keep your voice down. Is Cain real? I don't know. Not sure I want to know.
I hear you, but where are you going with all this?
The point is, with this curse pulling your strings, you really want to sign away your right to fight by joining the Camarilla?
I'm not sure I entirely follow, but, okay. So he doesn't like the Camarilla, but you agree with the Masquerade? Or, well, actually, let's ask him what he's got against the Camarilla.
But Camarilla just ain't necessary. Their rules is just common sense shit. The Masquerade and all that. Sure, it makes sense. Like the Ten Commandments. You know the Ten Commandments, don't you?
What are the Ten Commandments? Yeah, man, alright, I know the Ten Commandments, sure.
Yeah, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill. Sounds good, but you and me both know that shit don't always fly. What if some society like the Camarilla comes along and just up and kills you if you break one damn commandment?
Uh-huh. Well, I do see your point.
Right. See, we weren't meant to live like that. Man, I followed someone else's rules for 3 years in Vietnam. But it wasn't until after the embrace that I understood real oppression.
Let's see. The Anarchs are the way, but, well, don't you follow Nines?
No one bows to Nines Rodriguez. He leads by example, down here with us. That ain't some chicken shit, limp-wrist paper pusher hiding up in his tower. The Camarilla, she couldn't see the difference.
Uh-huh. So, you do agree with the Masquerade, then?
I don't need to bare my fangs to feel good about myself. The Masquerade is a fruity Camarilla label. Other than that, I ain't got no problem with it. Live and let live. We got enough to worry about.
Alright, it does make sense.
You know, speaking of the Masquerade, I just thought of something you might be able to help us out with.
Well, I'm interested. Tell me more.
There's this girl who's been making a lot of noise lately. It's a real pain in the ass. She's a ghoul of this one Toreador creep who disappeared.
What's her name?
Her name is Pat. She hangs out in the clubs downtown. She used to show up around here and act like she was everybody's best friend. It was all fun and games until her vampire sugar daddy stopped calling her. Now she can't get her blood fixed and shit ain't so fun no more.
Well, so what do you want me to do about that exactly?
She's crossed the line. Only time that mouth ain't blabbing is when it's sucking vampire blood. She's gotta disappear. Do this, and we'll keep it our little secret, you hear?
Ah, boy. Alright, I'll do it to uphold the Masquerade.
Alright, have fun. I'd love to do this one myself, but I know a side. Just let me know when it's done.
Oh boy, alright, I don't think we have any more questions. Well, do we? Let's see what he has to say.
Yeah?
Ask about someone.
Yeah? Who do you want to know about?
There's not much to ask about. Tell me about Jack.
That's the man there. What righteous kid. I wish he'd take a more active stance in our fight, but fuck man, he's Jack. Jack just does his thing. God help anyone who gets in the way.
Alright, fair enough. I think we'll leave Skelter be for now. And go talk to Nines. A couple other people here that we can talk to, including, of course, well, Jack's right there, as you may or may not have seen as we walked in. Can't be sure if I actually looked at him or not, but let's have a quick chat with Nines here.
You showed up. Good. Here's what I gotta tell you. And so you know, I don't lecture, I don't rap, I'm no bureaucrat. I'm just a guy out of nowhere came to be involved in something 500 times bigger than you and me.
Another speech, I see. This guy's being all fucking, like 90s sitcom chill up against the wall there, but go on.
You got a right to know the score. The Camarilla, this is the short of it. They operate a lot like a pyramid scheme. There's a bunch of these old-timers at the top with God only knows what plots in mind. They lose their power, they die. They sired more to carry out their plans. And looking for a little power, then those kindred sired for their own schemes, and so on and on and on. It hurts my head just thinking about the mess. What it works out to is this. Only a few people at the top have any real power.
I've heard this spiel before. Well, let's see. So, we know that the Anarchs at least don't view themselves as being part of the Camarilla. So let's ask about the Prince. Isn't the Prince the leader of the Camarilla?
LaCroix? Shit. LaCroix's just the guy who backstabbed and wheeled and dealed his way into becoming king son of a bitch of all the local Camarilla. Him and any of the traitors that sided with the Cam want power here, they'll get what's due.
So what are you all about then?
I learned the way of this world during the Depression. Bunch of old rich bastards screwed the country. But did they suffer? No. The little people suffered. You can't trust the people at the top. The world would be a better place without them. All you can do is get a group of people together who aren't assholes. Find a place to put your feet up and make some examples of the quote-unquote elite to keep the rest the hell out. Everyone's an equal here. The same thing this country used to be about. That's what LA has been. An anarch-free state.
An anarch-free state? So, well, Alright, well, explain.
The Camarilla was kicked out on their ass a long time ago. We, the Anarchs, didn't want to play their politics anymore. Now LaCroix and crew pop in like they never left? No goddamn way. Their laws don't apply to us.
Well, have you tried meeting with them?
I got their meeting right here.
Okay. Fair enough. So you're not a fan of the Prince, then?
LaCroix represents everything I hate. The Camarilla, stuck-up aristocrats, rich businessmen, crooked politicians. The only place LaCroix belongs is in an urn.
You know, though, it sounds like you're the Prince of the Anarchs.
No such thing. And again, newbie, don't throw those kind of words around lightly. You're risking a beatdown. I fought to keep LA free since I was embraced. Long time later, I'm one of the only ones left that hasn't bidded or switched sides. The most veteran soldier on the battlefield.
Okay, well, do you have any advice that you can give me?
Here's what I tell all the new blood. 1, you get careless, that blood will make you into a monster. But you rampage around here, you get put down. 2, don't kill when you feed. No reason to. In this city, there's lots of ways to slake the beast without leaving a trail of dead. 3, the Camarilla's full of shit. 4, watch your back, always. And lastly, learn how to fight. Because a speech ain't gonna save your ass when you're staring down the barrel of a shotgun.
Speaking of fighting, any chance you can teach me how to fight?
After picking your ass up off the pavement back there, yeah, I can tell you don't even know the basics. Hold your hands up like this, and keep your body at an angle. Makes you harder to hit. Keep your thumbs out of your fists and put your weight into your punches.
Oh, alright. And hooray, we got a free skill point. Well, thanks for the help, Nines.
LA's the school of hard knocks, so keep your friends close and your enemies in a barbecue pit. Once you square things with LaCroix, don't give that son of a bitch the time of night. I got my eye on you, kid.
Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, he has taught us, I believe, a rank of Brawl here for free, which is nice. And that's probably the last rank of Brawl we'll get, unless we get something from a book later, which may happen. Can't quite recall. But let's talk to this lady. Who are you?
Sabat chased you in here, Cammy?
What are you talking about?
Heard Nine saved your ass again. You think LaCroix would have stopped counting his money long enough to get your back, Jack?
Realistically, probably not. But, man, I could have handled that myself.
What were you gonna break out, huh? Some Tybo? This ain't paintball with your jerk-off friends on the weekend, Cammy. It's the mean streets. Show some goddamn gratitude.
Jesus Christ. So what the fuck is your problem?
Oh, you want to know what my problem is? All right, I'll tell you what my problem is. You ready? You are my goddamn problem. Anyone who would lay it down for some cape in an ivory tower deserves what they get.
Well, I could say cape. Let's say cape.
Cape, Cammy. Camarilla elders? The ones that have been around so long they think candlelight's a keen invention? You're doing their dirty work and you don't even know it.
I don't necessarily agree with that either. I'm pretty sure I got a pretty good idea what the score is here. But, man, I'll make my own fate.
Oh, that's real. Let me put it in perspective for you. The Camarilla claims every kindred's part of the organization regardless. You do something they don't like, well, you're Camarilla, so you get punished under their laws, like it or not.
That sounds like a society. But is there a point to all this?
You need to start listening, or you're gonna wind up just like your sire.
Aha, and who the hell might you be?
I'm Damsel, den mother of these mothers, and one pissed bitch since LaCroix ruled in.
You know, this is probably not going to make her any happier. The Tremere region says an Anarch is responsible for the local epidemic.
That goddamn blood witch told you what? He thinks we're responsible for that plague bearer? If I hadn't promised Nines I'd keep my nose clean, I'd go over right now and rip him a new wizard shoot. Magic missile casting motherfucker!
I am a Tremere, but that's still fucking funny. Yeah, sure you would, though. Tell me about this plague bearer.
A plague bearer's a fool that doesn't care who they feed from. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. We can't get sick, but the kind can. And kindred that feed on them start spreading disease. And that gets sick, it's an epidemic. CDC's in town as we speak.
Ah, okay, that explains the hazmat suits and everything. And that does also answer my question, I think, from last episode about what the big deal is. And I think I sort of alluded to maybe people getting sick, but this puts it pretty clearly. So let's see. So how do you get rid of a plague bearer?
Seen Old Yeller? May sound cruel, but it's necessary. If someone puts together 2 and 2 as to the real cause of an outbreak of bloodborne diseases, guess what happens? So the plague bearer's gotta be found and put down. If the Camarilla really gives a damn, they'll help us out.
Do they give a damn? I don't know, probably. But, let's see. Well, the Anarchs did help me out, so where do I start?
One of our boys' ghouls, name's Paul, lives nearby in the Skyline Apartments. Been a stranger lately. Looked like death last time he was here. Said he didn't get bit, but maybe you can get more info out of him.
Alright. Well, I suppose I'll go check it out then.
Wait, if Paul's not talking, you might want to start questioning the homeless pop. So many have been dying lately that it takes the city a few days to pick up the bodies.
That is pretty tragic, actually. Okay, before I go, I got a question.
Yeah?
Tell me about Nines.
No one like him in this world or the next. He's to the Anarchs what George Washington was to the colonies, what Ho Chi Minh was to Vietnam. He is the LA Anarchs personified. He's a great leader, and yet he's humble. I die for him.
Well, I guess I sort of owe him my life. That seems to be the common, I don't know, attitude, I guess. So he does seem like a decent guy.
No one like him in the Camarilla or otherwise. Anything else?
Your thoughts on LaCroix, as if we really needed to ask?
Who the hell does he think he is, coming into town claiming Camarilla authority over the city? We kicked them out 60 years ago. It's like England coming back and telling the U.S. how they should do things. Fuck LaCroix.
Let's see. Well, I had no idea the Anarchs have been in control for quite that long. Nines did say they were they were kicked out a while ago. But more questions?
Yeah?
Tell me about Jack.
Jack? Jack's Jack. Kind of a legend amongst Anarchs. There's not an Anarch in the world who wouldn't stand in rock star awe of Jack. Even the Camarilla doesn't mess with him.
Really? I had no idea. Jack's actually one of the cooler people I've met.
He's been around a long time. He used to be a pirate, so the rumor goes. Talk to Jack. He's never short on chat.
All right, more questions.
Yeah?
Oh boy, tell me about the Anarchs.
We are about passion, Kenny, and freedom. Things most Camarilla types just can't understand. I could go on and on, but Skelter says it takes too long to get me off my soapbox. Ask him. Or even Jack.
Oh, no, I insist. Tell me what you think.
I mean, geez, it just makes sense. Power should be redistributed amongst all of us, not just a few. Communism would actually work for Kindred, where it fails with humans. It's just common sense, you know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Just common sense. Well, okay, one more question.
Yeah?
What about the Cammies?
It's a sham, a pyramid scheme. Nothing but musty, withdrawn elders waging power struggles for no other reason than to keep their own ass alive for one more century. You think you have any real power in the can? You're kidding yourself.
Okay, well, I really don't understand it myself. I'm pretty new to this.
You'd be better off without them. You'll see.
Okay, well, maybe you're right. I'll see you later.
Fucking cammies.
Oh, man, what a character. Yeah, we've talked to everybody here except for Jack, I think, so we'll go ahead and chat him up real quick, see what he's got to say. We haven't seen him in quite a while.
Well, looky who made it back in one piece. How's Santa Monica, kiddo?
You know, I didn't get to do much sightseeing.
I can't imagine you did. Probably too busy getting pushed around by every vampire with the weakest seniority over you, am I right?
Yeah, you could say that.
That's usually the way the story goes. Same old bullshit politics from when you were alive, huh? Don't it make you just want to rip somebody's spine out? What? You saying that's just me?
Let's see. What do you mean by politics?
Politics. The stuff that makes the rich get richer, keeps the powerful in power. Look at why you're out in Santa Monica in the first place. 'Cause Prince LaCroix said so.
Uh-huh. Sure, but why me?
'Cause he never thought you'd make it back. If Nines didn't stand up for you in the courtroom, you would have been toast right there, man. Everybody knows that.
But why did he want to kill me?
It's bullshit Camarilla law. You gotta get it approved before you sire anyone. Vampire population control, fascist crap. LaCroix wanted to look like the strong leader upholding the law.
I see. So... well, you can ask him if he follows Camarilla law. I have a sense that he does not.
Kid, I never answered to no man in life. Now I sure as shit ain't taking orders from a vampire with a suit and a funny name. And when I die again, the devil's gonna have to cut me a deal if he wants my ass. Besides, I never trust anybody with an X in their name.
So if the prince wanted to kill me, why the hell am I still here?
Public relations, man. Calculated risk. Ventura born in a boardroom. When Nines called him out, LaCroix realized it was time to show a carefully measured dose of Camarilla compassion.
Aha. So, you're not into public relations then, Jack?
Yeah, man, it's called kicking ass and crushing the skulls of any asshole who steps on my toes. That seems to work. People dig it.
So is LaCroix afraid of Nines? I kind of thought he was the boss.
LaCroix is the boss of the Camarilla in L.A. That's it. LaCroix is a boss. That's rich.
Huh. Well, we know that they're not part of the Camarilla, particularly Jack. Yeah, I would say he's probably got a little bit of a Napoleon thing happening.
The facts are like this. The Camarilla need us to buy into their bullshit for any of their laws to mean dick. Now, telling free-living vampires they need to be ruled is a hard sell. So, the Camarilla baked up a play-nicey plan. Show everyone how great they are, so we'll all just jump on board.
Who's everyone?
The free-living dead, kiddo. A lot of people like to use the label Anarchs. Whatever the hell that means. Anarchs. Does got a nice kick to it, though, huh? Yeah.
All right, well, tell me about the Anarchs from your perspective.
That's us, so I'm told. What you want to know?
How long has this shit been going on?
Yeah, I could tell you about the history of the movement, about our struggle. What's any of that shit mean, anyway? Do we want to sit through history class here?
Well, what's it all about then? Give me the short version.
I'm no scholar, kid, but I've been around. Seen more and done more than most vampires ever will. I don't know that our situation's ever gonna be easy, but some things you gotta decide are worth fighting for.
Uh-huh. So does Nines feel the same way?
You bet, kid.
Huh. Is he in charge here?
As much as anyone is. Nines is a stand-up guy. Takes the politics a little too seriously, though. Came up during the Great Depression, so his brain's wired to that shit.
Yeah, fair enough. What about the rest of Nines' crew?
Yeah, I'm not sure the story on most of them. Nines' crew.
Okay. So, questions. What clan are you? As if we had to ask.
Bruja. Most everyone here has Bruja blood.
Gotcha. A few more questions, though.
Moving right along.
Tell me about the Camarilla.
Oh, my favorite topic.
What do you think of the Camarilla ideals?
Don't think the Camarilla has a monopoly on those ideals, okay, kid? No one is arguing over that shit, and if they tell you that's what this fight is all about, then they're really giving you the full fist. You hear me?
Okay. So what is it all about, then?
The Camarilla protects the people running the Camarilla. That's it, the end. The rest of them are bloody gristle for the machine.
Gotcha, okay. So who runs the whole thing?
Doddering old dust farts. They might be powerful as all hell, but who knows? They're too afraid to stick their heads out of their hidey holes. And why should they? This whole huge system is built so they don't have to.
Fair enough. So, the Camarilla can't be all bad, surely, though.
Not bad. Evil. Man, think if a country has the same dictator that lived for 500 years. It's also a blood-drinking predator. Think there's gonna be some evil shit come out of that equation?
Seems reasonable. So, do you have a problem with the whole Camarilla or just the leadership?
I'm not saying let's go torch the Malkavian living under the abandoned hotel because she happens to be a Camarilla. I'm saying let's change that shit from the top down.
So, how do you know who the bad guy is then?
Camarilla membership is 95% victims, 5% evil bastards. But make sure and understand, any of those victims points a gun at me, they get drained and slaughtered like sheep.
That seems reasonable. So what about me? Am I part of the problem, Jack?
Hey man, you do what you gotta do to survive when you're young, but there comes a time when that excuse don't fly no more. When you should know better and want to do something about it.
That's actually good life advice. But let's see. Just wish the facts were easier to come by.
Being dead is no excuse for walking around with your eyes closed.
All right, fair enough. So let's ask some more questions.
Moving right along.
What do we got? Tell me about the Anarchs.
That's us.
Actually, did we already ask him about this?
What you want to know?
Yeah, we did. A few more questions.
Moving right along.
Let's ask him about the Sabbat.
Again? Does everything have to be about these dickheads?
I hope not.
The Sabbat are worthless, man. Fake tits on a zombie worthless. Fun to watch, though. Like the Three Stooges with chainsaws.
Uh-huh, so what's wrong with them?
The Sabbat are in the same business as the Camarilla. Sabbat have a little longer chain, but they're slaves all the same.
Got it. Alright, well, I think that's enough from Jack. Thanks, man. And with that, we will call it an episode, and next time we will get the hell out of here, and we will go kill some people. Good times, good times. So until next time, my name has been Rojo, and thanks for watching.